Premier League star asks to leave in January after Liverpool offer £70 million for the winger. Liverpool and Real Madrid move closer to a swap deal involving a £100 million star. Mohamed Salah is becoming a problem for Liverpool. Can Arne Slot fix it? Hello, Reds fans. Check out the latest updates from the club. According to new reports, Bournemouth forward and Liverpool target Antoine Semenyo has requested to leave the club in the January transfer window. The decision was reportedly prompted by a concrete offer from the Reds, who see the player as an opportunity to strengthen the squad after a disappointing start to the season. Liverpool is going through a turbulent phase. Arne Slot's team, the current champions, has lost 5 of its first 11 Premier League matches, something unusual by the club's standards. The season started brightly with 5 consecutive wins, but the recent slump has raised alarms at Anfield. Although the attack still produces good numbers, players like Mohamed Salah and some of his teammates haven't shown their usual brilliance. Because of that, there are strong indications that Liverpool plans to act in the transfer market. The club is reportedly looking for a new winger to boost the attack, as well as a defender to fix the team's recurring defensive issues. A recent report suggested that Liverpool is preparing an offer of around €80 million to sign Antoine Semenyo from Bournemouth. However, transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano stated that it is very unlikely Bournemouth will agree to sell him in January, as they intend to keep the player until the end of the season and only consider a move in the summer. Romano also noted that there is significant interest in Semenyo, mentioning a release clause in his contract that could be activated in future windows, making the situation very interesting for the summer market. Despite that, a reliable account on X, composed of 5 top reporters and followed by over 684,000 users, published an exclusive report claiming that Semenyo himself has asked to leave Bournemouth in the upcoming winter transfer window. The post read, "Exclusive. Antoine Semenyo has requested to leave Bournemouth in the upcoming winter transfer window." The news further fueled speculation about the player's future, as he continues to shine as one of the Premier League's standout performers this season. Former England international and Newcastle United legend Chris Waddle praised the forward, calling Semenyo the best winger in the Premier League at the moment. Antoine Semenyo, Bournemouth's winger, is definitely the best in the Premier League right now. He's confident, knows how to score, and constantly takes on defenders. He's dangerous and decisive when it matters. Bournemouth will struggle to keep him. He's incredibly talented. Waddle also claimed that Manchester United could benefit greatly from signing Semenyo, as he would fit perfectly into the club's rebuilding project alongside Matheus Cunha, Benjamin Sesko, and Bruno Fernandes. Regardless of whether his future lies at Liverpool or United, Semenyo has become one of the most sought-after players in the Premier League, and his potential transfer could shake up the January market with multi-million-pound offers. According to GFNS, Liverpool and Real Madrid could explore a potential deal involving Rodrygo and Florian Wirtz.
According to GFNS, Liverpool and Real Madrid could explore a potential deal involving Rodrygo and Florian Wirtz. The proposal would see the Brazilian forward move to Anfield, while the German midfielder would head to the Santiago Bernabeu. It's an ambitious idea reflecting the ambitions and challenges faced by 2 of Europe's most promising young talents. Rodrygo, once a key figure in Real Madrid's attack, has struggled this season. He has started just 3 matches in all competitions and has failed to score in 28 appearances across this and last season. His form has dipped amid tactical changes introduced by Xabi Alonso. Meanwhile, Florian Wirtz is facing his own challenges adapting to English football under Arne Slot. Despite being a regular starter for Liverpool, he hasn't yet displayed the consistency that made him a star at Bayer Leverkusen. Expectations were sky high upon his arrival, but doubts have emerged about his overall impact. This has led to speculation that Wirtz, who thrived under Xabi Alonso, could be tempted by a reunion at Real Madrid. Even with Madrid's admiration for Wirtz, a direct swap for Rodrygo seems unlikely. Any deal would likely require the Spanish club to include a significant cash sum to make the offer appealing. Liverpool, known for its calculated squad management under Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, is unlikely to part with a player who fits perfectly into their tactical system and long-term vision. Given both players' current form, many question the logic of such a swap. Rodrygo's goal drought contrasts with Wirtz's profile as the kind of technically gifted, intelligent player that Slot's system depends on. For that reason, many fans believe trading Wirtz for an out-of-form forward would be a step backward. Analysts and supporters alike see this potential deal as improbable. Major swaps of this nature rarely materialize, and both players are expected to stay with their current clubs as they look to regain their best form. Liverpool fans, would you approve a possible swap between Florian Wirtz and Rodrygo, or should the club continue to back the German under Arne Slot's guidance?
Since joining Liverpool from AS Roma 8 years ago, Mohamed Salah has been a cornerstone of the club's success. Many regard him as the greatest player in Liverpool's history, or, at the very least, among the top three. With 250 goals in 417 appearances, the Egyptian is the third highest scorer in the club's history and one of the greatest players ever to grace the Premier League. Being mentioned alongside legends like Steven Gerrard and Kenny Dalglish highlights his immense impact at Anfield. However, this season, Salah has become a growing concern for both Liverpool and manager Arne Slot. In the 3-0 defeat to Manchester City, he was ineffective, completely nullified by Nico O'Reilly, a player who isn't even a natural left-back. Since joining Liverpool from AS Roma 8 years ago, Mohamed Salah has been a cornerstone of the club's success. Many regard him as the greatest player in Liverpool's history, or, at the very least, among the top three. With 250 goals and 417 appearances, the Egyptian is the third highest scorer in the club's history and one of the greatest players ever to grace the Premier League. Being mentioned alongside legends like Steven Gerrard and Kenny Dalglish highlights his immense impact at Anfield. However, this season, Salah has become a growing concern for both Liverpool and manager Arne Slot. In the 3-0 defeat to Manchester City, he was ineffective, completely nullified by Nico O'Reilly, a player who isn't even a natural left back. It was the first time in 5 years that Salah failed to score or assist against City. Worse still, the space he left on the field was exploited by O'Reilly, helping Pep Guardiola's side secure a dominant win and strengthen their title challenge against Arsenal. Salah's defensive contribution has long been debated. Slot decided to relieve him of defensive duties to maximize his offensive output. Salah himself told Sky Sports, "As long as I'm given rest in defense, I'll deliver an attack." That approach paid off last season when Liverpool cruised to the Premier League title. Salah scored 29 goals, provided 18 assists, and equaled the record for most goal involvements in a single Premier League season with 47. He also won the Golden Boot for the 4th time, the Premier League Player of the Season award for the 2nd time, and the PFA Player of the Year award for the 3rd time. Despite his success, Salah's continued stay raised questions. His contract was due to expire in 2025, and Saudi Arabian clubs had shown serious interest. Yet Liverpool opted to renew his deal for 2 more years, worth around €500,000 per week, including performance bonuses. Shortly after that renewal, the club spent a record-breaking £446.5 million on new signings, the most in a single transfer window in its history. However, the returns have been disappointing. Alexander Isak, signed for £125 million, has just 1 goal in 8 games. Florian Wirtz, brought in from Bayer Leverkusen for £116.5 million, has underperformed. New fullbacks Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong have struggled, while only Hugo Ekitike, signed from Eintracht Frankfurt, has shown promise with 3 goals in 10 Premier League appearances. Salah, meanwhile, is enduring one of his poorest spells with only 4 goals in the league and 1 in the Champions League. Many now believe Liverpool missed the perfect opportunity to sell him at his peak last summer. His departure could have brought a major profit and allowed the club to rebuild more effectively. Instead, Liverpool finds itself burdened with one of Europe's highest wages and a player who, though still talented, seems far from the brilliance that once made him a legend at Anfield.